All right, so Abzan Hero here. For people that are newer to Magic and haven't been following maybe the last couple seasons, Hero refers to Hero of the Precinct One. So we've got a bunch of multicolored cards in this deck to help enable this. I've not played a Bow. Maybe I don't remember. I think we have Furious Squirrel, but Bow Podmom is just a fundamentally different deck than like what we've been playing. Bakasine, thank you for the 4-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. From the Mythic Championship payout, not the qualifier. Well, one of the things that I think is awkward, sorry, to go on a tangent for a second, I do think it's awkward. I think it's a good thing that they added discretionary invites to the championships to, like, diversify a little bit, but I do think it's awkward that they're adding twice as many discretionary invites to those tournaments as there are qualifying spots. So, like, there's only 8 qualifying spots from actually playing Arena, but there's 16 discretionary slots. Like, at the very least, they could have matched it, right? Like, if you think you can add 16 discretionary slots, can't you add... No, it's only 8 people that qualified from Arena, Venfaith. Unless I'm wrong. Is it 16? I'm pretty sure it's 8 that qualify from Arena. I'm like 95%, but I don't know. Yeah, it's a really awkward number of players. It's 32 MPL for the 4 previous top finishing people. Plus, so it's 32 plus 4 plus 16 plus 8. Did they say 16 in the video? All right, now you're going to make me go click. Oh, it is 16. Oh, well, that's good. All right, my complaint's invalid. I'm wrong. Look at that. See, that's how to be an adult on the internet. That's how you be an adult on the internet. You say something that you feel with certainty, and then someone shows you that you're wrong, and instead of doubling down, you say, oh, yeah, you're right. That looks great. I'll shut up. Abzan Hero. Hey, Slith, welcome. So, it's not 64, though, because it's 32, 16, 16, and 4. There's 4 extra, so it's 68 players. Because there's the 4 top finishing players not MPL. Alright, anywho, this list, we don't have a ton of new cards in here. I guess we have some. So we've got Oath of Kaya, which has been really impressive in the past. The fact that this card hits anything, including opposing planeswalkers, is a big deal. Sorin gives this deck something that has been lacking in the past, which is a little bit of consistent life gain, which makes Midnight Reaper much better. It's also able to recover our powerful creatures like Midnight Reaper and Hero of the Precinct One doing well. And then we have Tolsimir here. This is our first time trying this one out. This card's been really good for us in Bant, so I want to give it a try here as well. This card notably also seems good with Sorin, because Sorin ticks up to 6 right away. So if one of these is in our bin, like, his down tick can kind of turn into a removal spell, which seems sweet. One card I'm not certain on, because we haven't played this deck since the very start of the season. I feel like Seraph of the Scales has gotten worse in this format as the format's developed, because this 4-mana sorcery speed threat that doesn't do anything when it comes into play is pretty mediocre against 3-mana Teferi. But there could also be the argument that because we have so much early pressure and Oath of Kaya and things like Vraska Golgari Queen, that maybe we don't care about that, and like this is just good enough against random mid-range deck that it's still worth playing. So thinking about how this card ends up playing out in the 3-mana Teferi matchups is something we're going to think about as we're playing today. So with that, let's go ahead and dive on into some ladder matches and see how this goes. Have a good one, Roscoe. I'm planning to go for another 4 or 5 hours or so. Do I have a card I want to test instead of Seraph? I don't really, which is why I didn't replace it. My deck doesn't have any double black spells in it, so maybe this is greedy, but I think I'm going to keep it. They do not, Jin. They announced that the day 2 is going to be handled via direct challenge, which sounds like a hot mess, but we'll see. Hive Mind, thanks for the 10-month resub, I appreciate that. And Crota, thanks for the 3 months. So confused, creatures and troops. You and me both. So that's like the worst draw in our deck. Like, drawing a 4th land that doesn't make black mana feels real bad there. Perfect. That's a good draw. Yeah, hopefully we'll eventually get a tournament client. Hopefully they don't Hearthstone it up and wait a decade for that. Don't main deck cry me. Don't main deck cry me. Not cry. Got it?
Sorry I'm late. Here we go. Now what?
Alright, I would like to draw some spells at some point, deck. Please and thank you. Planeswalker, please. Rats. Rats. That's a pretty good pickup, though, if their follow-up here is like a Planeswalker. I mean, like, the erasure felt bad, but we're still ahead right now, right? I was gonna find Kaya's Wrath and make us hate ourselves, but I don't think we're in that bad of a spot at the moment. Depending on what this finds, I might just attack this to death. They're still pretty high. Yeah, I definitely want to be able to trophy that, right? Or that. If they have a land, they can... If they have a land here, they can activate Search and cast Kaya's Wrath, which sucks, but I think that's a risk I have to take. I just need to kill them. I said I didn't think it... Oh, they kept on top, so I assume my board is dead. This is our first match 1, game 1, 9-ball. Or they kept a land, so that way they could hit Kaya's Wrath and cast it. Yep. So if this bounces something, this makes 2 tokens and they're dead. Yep. I think this deck's pretty good against Esper Control on average. At least it was last season. Got a lot of cards that seem okay here. Tristani's a little medium. Othakai is a little medium. I don't think Mortify is actually that good. Trophy's great. This seems okay. I don't think this is a Contempt matchup. I have Despark and Trophy. You don't want to be too reactive in this matchup, because at the end of the day, we are a deck that wants to be the beatdown. Yeah, actually, that's a good question. How do we feel about Tolsimir versus versus Tristani. I do like that this just, like, puts bodies into play. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna leave this in because sometimes they have Hostage Taker and Thief of Sanity postboard that comes in against us. So, like, this is a removal spell against those eventually that, like, also just, like, puts beef into play when they don't draw it. So I think it's fine from that perspective. I think I have enough. So, like, I could see this being okay, but, like, what is it, like, it's okay in general in the matchup, but, like, what is it better than? Isn't Tristani better versus Hostage Taker? Kinda? I guess, so, like, yeah, I guess maybe. I guess she also, like, is, like, haste damage, kinda, because she pumps what's already on the board. Yeah, I guess Oligarch's maybe medium. Yeah, I'd buy that for $1. Oh. Hey, Car, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday wherever you're at. Thanks for keeping me employed here this month with that. Did I just submit 61? I don't think so. We'll find out in a second. I did not. Submitted 60 on the dot. Sand needs green mana, but it's good if it finds it. Okie doke. Looking to get into the freelance MTG writing scene. Yeah, just do it. Like with most things, Calhones, the best way to get involved with something is like having a portfolio essentially. So like just like having a segment of writing, just like self-publish on Reddit or like a blog spot or something like that. Just so you like when you eventually want to approach people to pay you, you can be like, these are things I've written in the past. Would you like me to do this for you? You're allowed to submit 61. So the way the rules of Magic the Gathering work are post sideboard, your sideboard cannot have more than 15 cards in it, and your main deck cannot have more than your deck cannot have less than 60. Oh, does this decrease the clock by a meaningful amount to play it out? They actually don't have double white. All right, let's go. We're gonna get cried and be really sad here, or they're gonna go white source Kaya's Wrath, but it is what it is. Iron Man, thanks for the 3-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. All right, they have double white, and they don't have the other thing, the graph, so that's good. Despark's not a bad pickup. There is not a way to just auto pass against decks. This is one of the single worst things about playing against it on Arena.
Overwhelming.
Bye, friends. You know, I think I actually just want to pick one of these back up here. Like, I need to draw green sources anyways. Might as well do this. Perfect. Alright, well that's insulated against Kaya's Wrath, which is nice. Alright, get to draw a card at least here. Alright, get to take something with Duress here, which is nice. It's a nice one to take. It's a nice one to take. Do I care about taking 2 here? I don't think I do.
You cannot.
I could have played Knight to kill Oath here, but I think that's not a big deal. So use any kind of tracking software to keep track of win-loss and stuff like that. I do not. That's nice. The amount of matches you need to play to like have a statistically significant win-loss rate is like absurdly high. I definitely don't play enough decks, and like even when I'm playing a deck a given amount, the amount that I'm changing a deck from match to match also means that like any data I'm collecting probably isn't statistically significant. When tracking win-loss rate is like a feel-good metric, but it's not like statistically meaningful most of the time.
Thank me later. Might be a bad idea.
Oh, punished for not killing the oath. Yeah, lots of Teferi Time Raveler has become a format stapler has become a format staple. They took me stapler. Has become a format staple, which is push Wilderness Recollection out a little bit.
Don't worry, I got this.
Yay, magic! Where are my planeswalkers at? I guess they took one earlier.
Hold that thought. Right on schedule.
I don't know. So, like, as someone who fancies himself the king of concessions, a lot of people in this chat, like, call garbage time before we're actually in garbage time. Like, if this doesn't resolve, we're in garbage time. But, like, that resolved, so, like, they don't have a consistent source of card advantage. So, like, until your opponent has, like, a flipped Search for Azcanta or, like, a Teferi in play that's living, you're really not in garbage time against these decks. In fact, the Esper deck has more lands than the average deck, which means they're more prone to flooding out than you are. So as the game goes long, if they don't have a consistent way to generate card advantage, you're likely to beat them. So again, until they have a way to, like, really keep you down, you're gonna be in a pretty okay spot. So I'm gonna go ahead and -3 on this Knight and kill this Oathakaya like I should have the first time. Because otherwise they could pick it up and just shoot my thing. Should have not been greedy and should have just done this the first time. I forgot how good this card is with Baby Tef. Does anyone have information about another chance to qualify for Mythic Championship after Season 1, Season 2? So, Season 3, which is going on right now, Season 3 and Season 4 will feed into a different qualifier weekend, Demonger. So every 2 months, it looks like, are going to feed into a different qualifier weekend, based on what we know so far. So to answer, can you last chance qualify for the thing next weekend? You cannot.
Might be a bad idea.
At some point, I'm going to draw another Planeswalker. It's going to be glorious. There's Vivien's and Liliana's in my deck, and Vraska's, and they all sound great. Yep, you got it.
Trust me, I have a plan.
I mean, like, there's like so many questions I have to ask you, Win Magus, to, like, about the context of, like, that game state to really understand that.
I've done the hero thing before.
Alright, 26 cards into my deck with only 2 of my 10 Planeswalkers. 9 Planeswalkers, some large number of Planeswalkers. Oh, punished for playing the Knight.
That's more like it.
Where are my Vraskas, chat? Where are my Vraskas? Now we're probably in garbage time. No, concede to the search. You're not dead till they have a consistent source of card advantage, so flooded a little bit there, which sucks, but that's magic sometimes. Our deck has a lot of lands in it too, right? We have 20, 25? I guess that's not that many, and 2 of them are Memorial. Okay, I think I'm happy with how we sideboarded. Let's run it back. We're playing so many good decks today that it feels like we might not have time to get to all the decks I had lined up. It's like we don't play a dumpster fire that ends right away. We don't get as many decks in. It's not necessarily a bad thing, huh? Okay, put it mulligan low. Our hand's okay. Has all of our colors at least. Has 7 foil cards in it. What's not to love? The best part about playing Abzan instead of Bant is that your mana base is 100% foil. Just like the little things in life, right? Please play Search on 2. 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 Rats. Did we 5-0 with Tron? No, we went 3-1, Seth. I messed up a really long game against blue-white control. And then because it was long, we didn't get to play the entire match. Yep. I know they can't cast that, but, like, that's the card that's going to drag them kicking and screaming back into the game, so I think I want to take it away. So, like, they can Kaya's Wrath me next turn. It's whatever. I'll have 2 power left behind. They might not hit the land. Sure. I might also just Contempt here. Yep. Perfect. So this is going to die to the Wrath, but it lets this draw a card too. So they clean my board, but I get to draw 2. The person who had put that deck into the queue ended up asking if they could swap it out for someone else. Something else. Huh. That's unfortunate. I think I just take Teferi here. I'm like a little bit sad that I'm going to lose my Vraska to this Duress, but I think I just rather they don't get to draw cards and generate tempo here. They're at 13, so like they... Oh, magic. Don't cast a sweeper. Alright, that's great. I can beat that one. Good night, my sweet prince. Alright, solidly ahead. Game's not over, but we're solidly ahead. Dead in 2. Draw a couple lands. It's a pretty good one. Keeps them alive. Ooh, speaking of good ones. I think I'm actually going to sack this Tithe Taker here. No, I'm going to sack the token. Leaving the Tithe Taker is better against the Sweeper. And, like, this means they're not dead in 2, but if I play this out, they're dead in 2, which is fine. Ticking this up to alt is, like, a real thing. Sure. This is one of my favorites too. Midnight Reaper plus Vraska is just so many cards. It's like what if I lose nothing and draw 2? Alright, got it good. Sure.
No time for a break. I'm known for my excellent timing. Now what?
So this means they're dead through Kaya's Wrath. Might be at a point where I could eat a land there even, leave the extra creature out. Yep. Yeah, 4 mana Vraska is just like a genuinely good card. You know, I've been a really bad shield today. How we doing, folks? Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for hanging out here today. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, sometimes even 50 hours a week. If you're someone who enjoys constructed Magic, this is definitely the channel for you. We play a ton of different decks here. In fact, if you look at that stream title, those decks up there are the order in which I intend to play all those decks today. We change decks every 60 minutes to 2 hours or so. As always, I'd love to get a shout out to my wonderful subs. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their support, so thanks to all of them for keeping me employed. I also like to take a hot second and plug a couple of my sponsors here really quick. The Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series is a $5,000 cash tournament series that happens every single month in the Midwestern United States. If you can't make it out to the Midwest to play in one of their standard, modern, or legacy tournaments, be sure to check out their streaming coverage as well at twitch.tv/NRG series. I'm actually going to be playing in their modern tournament this weekend in Iowa, so be sure to check out their coverage if you want to see me play a little bit of paper Magic, hopefully. My shuffling deck that you hear here is protected by none other than my BCW Elite Guard 2 sleeves. If you head on over to bcwsupplies.com, you can use code Jeff10 to save 10% on sleeves, binders, deck box, and all sorts of other fantastic gaming accessories there. And PlayDKP.com offers a very unique product in the Dragon Claw that would like to help you hold on to your Magic the Gathering cards when you're on the go, in a car, or on a plane, or if you're outside in a little bit of wind. They make a magnetic game board that's a really unique product. That's definitely something I would have used a lot growing up, playing cards at camp and all that other things. And unfortunately, I'd like to welcome everyone out there to Hogue Landing. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now, and I appreciate all y'all dropping in here to spend part of your Thursday with us. Remember, if you are a new viewer and you're enjoying the content, the decks I play, or the way I break down my line, be sure to hit that follow button. Following the stream doesn't cost you anything. It lets you know when I go live and with what. Thanks, Bun Bun. Yeah, this is fine. Doesn't have any interaction in it, but just like this into this is like reasonable. Got all of our colors with our lands. We have 6 foil cards. We'll put you over here in the shame corner, Oligarch. You're asking if you can pull my YouTube content to put in your own video. Yeah, that's fine, Pants. I just request that in your video description, you put a link to the video of mine where you're pulling my footage from. Savaril, thank you for the 9-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, I am very bad at keeping track of time, and it sounds like we hit the audio bug because I forgot to restart my client during that ad break. So I'm really sorry if you're a new viewer. I don't spam ads like this all the time. If you hear it distorting a little bit, that's not your headset. There's a bug with the Arena Beta and my audio driver that causes the sound to go wonky every 3 hours or so. And normally I remember to restart mid-chill, but I'm a little bit off today. So these people, great, buy their stuff. Back to your arena. It restarts very quickly though. God bless M2 SSDs. Load times are off the charts, chat. Yeah, we actually watched the state of the beta together a little bit ago. Look like all positive changes overall. No blocks. I think Bolt the Bird is important in the standard format. I think that's really contextual. I think it depends on like what else you have going on and like what your opponent might be playing. So like this big dumb chunker like isn't really that big of a deal for us when we have hero in play, right? Because it's just like we just get to block forever. So, Wine is really good software, and it's what we refer to, generally speaking, Wine is what we call bug compatible, which means, if there's an issue with Wine, especially with a well-supported application like Unity games like this, usually that bug also appears on Windows, like almost every time in my experience. So a bug like that doesn't happen on every computer, obviously, but I would be surprised if there's not some configuration of Windows out there somewhere that doesn't also happen on. Hey, Torcat, thanks for the 10 months. Welcome back. I like this deck a lot, Bellathor. This is, it's been a hot second since we played it, but this is one of the many decks that you can find on my website. I think it's very, very competitive. It's also a lot of fun. And that's one of the things that, like, makes chasing down software development, like, so difficult, right? Like, there's so many different configurations that, like, it's tough to track down bugs to be happening on all of them a lot of the time. My opponent's percentage, I think, is a bug resulting from the fact that I restarted the client mid-match, but don't quote me on that. These not having the tokens have been weird since the last patch overall. I think these trades are okay for me. Really hoping to hit a land get our 5-drops going here. Or like, best draw that's not a land here is like Sorin or Seraph of the Scales. Sorin turns into Seraph of the Scales. Yeah, I agree, Socio Penguin. The fact that Baby Tap is, like, successfully pushed Nexus out of the format is, like, a huge breath of fresh air. How did Wizards go? To set a bar that's low, it exceeded my expectations. Remember, the keys to not being disappointed in life, chat. Low expectations. Alright, so if they attack here with these, I think I'm gonna go ahead and go block, and then hopefully they'll fart this and I'll mortify it in response, which buys me a lot of tempo, because they're gonna have then spent mana. I think I'm okay with the trade here. Trades are fine. Next Thursday, Marty, a week from today. So, the reason why I'm mortifying now, as opposed to inside of combat before it hit me, is if you'll notice, my opponent doesn't currently have 3 mana up, so they can't activate this to go find a friend. Can I have a 5th land, please? This deck, unfortunately, doesn't make my autobiography 26 lands later, but there are 25 lands in my deck. We just happen to have drawn, like, 2 of our 6 5 drops, and just can't cast them. Well, I mean... At least this kills this, I suppose. Hero at, like, just, like, picking this game up and carrying it on its back, right? Just, like, this card is so good at holding a board down when it doesn't get removed. Like, even here, right? Like, we're stumbling and can't play our best cards. Like, alright, triple block this, jump here. I'm still just, like, doing plenty fine. Like, if I hit a land, I get to play Tolsimir, eat the elf, and then Tolsimir plus his wolf, trade for the Nullhide. And then, like, I have a Vivien to follow it all up with to, like, generate some real card advantage and put the game away. Oh, it's like actually the best draw on their deck. That lets them pressure my Vivien later, which sucks. I'm up to 16 at least, though. It'll buy me some time if this has to go after Vivien, which is okay for us, I guess. It'd be really nice if they could draw a land. We've both been drawing a lot of gas, though. It's hard to complain too much, I suppose. Vivien kills the Phoenix. Technically correct. Technically correct.
Let's tear this place.
If Vivien, like, draws 2 cards and gains us... If Vivien, like, draws 2, gains 8, like, that's a win for us, right? And if they decide to not attack Vivien and just try and run down our health total, next turn we get to go shoot this Assassin's Trophy at, which is also a win for us, I think. So, I think we're ahead, regardless of the outcome here. Like, obviously not a guarantee to win this game, but I feel like we're in a favorable position at the moment. The mythic percentage gets foobarred when you disconnect and rejoin the match. So I had to restart due to the audio bug. We heard you just got Twitch ads. What client, what platform are you on, Buckles? Did they draw a Collision Colossus? Seriously? Vomit. Oh, that's brutal.
That can't help me.
Subs should not get pre-roll ads on my channel. That's a bug. That's why I asked what platform it was. Maybe I'm supposed to throw my hero in there too. Just to, like, be conservative. Thankfully I'm like, unless they rip another Collision Colossus, we're still ahead here. Yeah, it comes up, like, infrequently that subs have issues. Yeah, I should have attacked for 2. Yeah, I should have attacked for 2. It's kind of like checked out for a second, sorry. I was like still tilting from the fact they ripped the Collision Colossus.
I've seen things that would break someone like you.
Well, all Twitch streams have a pre-roll ad that they cannot disable, but partnered Twitch streamers have a settings option to remove the advert for their subs. I guess if they have double removal here, I die by attacking with both these heroes. Twitch will never have a real competitor. Also, like, having a mandatory pre-roll ad is, like, not unnecessary. As long as Twitch Prime exists, Twitch will never have a meaningful competitor. Anybody who's streaming as a job would just be flat out crazy to not stream on Twitch. Yeah, that was their out. They had to hit the collision that one turn and then have it again. Tough beat. You could maybe argue that because my opponent had been conservative with their thing up until that point, I should have thrown in the hero on that block, assuming it. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Prime's a lot like Netflix in that a lot of people who like 2-day shipping and use Amazon a lot are always just gonna be like, yeah, whatever, I'm gonna use this, take my money. There's certainly a breaking point at some point for everyone, obviously, but I think on average it's like probably pretty high for a lot of people. This might be too slow. It's probably too slow. Maybe Liliana's better than the second Vivien here. I don't know. As a millennial who abhors going to a traditional store because, like, parking lots suck and, like, having to meander around a store and find what I'm looking for sucks, like, I have Prime and do most of my shopping on Amazon. You get a free subscription every single month with Prime. You have to manually renew it every month wherever you're sending it to, or you can give it to different places, but you get a free sub every month with Prime. So I could, like, hero to, like, try and get a token with this Mortify, but I think especially post-board, there's a good chance my opponent just kills my hero next turn if I play it. So rather than, like, play hero, get it killed, take 4, I'd rather just aggressively use Mortify. Thanks for the Prime Crossgun, I appreciate that. Welcome. Alright, so that's a Midnight Reaper. I think I'm gonna Sorin and plus here as, like, kind of, hey, look, a distraction.
Through feud or feast, your blood is mine. What a mess I've made.
John Doe, thanks for the 4-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, exactly, Nevir. And like some people said, like, if you're someone who watches Twitch and there's someone you are going to subscribe to on Twitch anyways every month, like, that's basically a $60 discount on your Prime. Which is like, that's like a sizable discount, right? So, like, if you are going to sub to one streamer or more even, you can't kill creatures with Sorin. That's not the text box on the card. This card would be absurd if it could kill dorks. I'm gonna jump block here. And then next turn I can go Vraska, shoot this, so that makes a chump blocker for this, which is nice. That is a lot of beef, opponent. So they're stumbling on lands, so this is probably the better play, right? Because this lets me double block a Null Hide, and they can't currently collision me. I'm gonna pick this Midnight Reaper back up here. Why would we be dead? Like, again, like, king of concessions. Who thinks we're dead? Why do you think we're dead? I think we're in a great spot. Not a great spot. We're a fine spot. We're in a perfectly winnable spot. We are fairly far from just dead based on this board. Especially based on our hand. Yeah, correct. If they don't kill Sorin, like Sorin's gonna pick trade cash in and get Tolsimir back next turn. Gobble gobble.
I've suffered worse.
Again, the wisdom I try to instill on people on this channel isn't that you need to concede early and concede often. It is learn to identify correctly when you're losing. Fun fact, with both of these out, when we sack a creature to Vraska, we actually gain a life because we gain 1 and this makes Midnight Reaper gain us 1. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. You guys ready for a sick turn? You ready for a sick turn? Alright, so we're gonna sack this. Draw 2 cards, gain a life. And then we're gonna pick the Seraph back up with the Sorin. Oh yeah. Give me that. Give me that value, baby. Give me that sweet, sweet mid-range me harder, daddy. Mid-range me. Yeah. That's what I like. That's what I like. Mid-range decks are great. Sorin made Tolsimir gain you 6, so the wolf got lifelink while fighting. That's awesome. Wow, we were dead there. Hey, Ravenheart, thanks for that. For the 33 months. Movie missed title of the year. Are we dead yet? Oops, pulled to Steve Harvey. I think Liliana's probably better than this Vivien. I mean, we are on the draw versus turn 3 Null Hides now, so like that's the easy game, right? That's the easy game. Now I gotta try and win one on the draw against the aggro deck. So remember, the pride cometh before the fall. Don't get too cocky. Seems like okay, like. This doesn't kill either of their beefcakes, so like maybe it's not good enough to keep here. Oh, why do they? Oh, that's not an elf. Deal. In. Things that are not turn 1 land war elf. That. Ooh, it kills Zerta, Goblin. In for killing Zerta. Gain 3, kill your thing. Make a token. Deal. You'll get to draw a card, but that's only fair. Oh, that's rude. That's rude.
That's the sound of a stampede coming straight at ya.
Do I kill this or do I kill this? If I kill this, they don't get to draw a card and maybe they'll miss a land.
We will rise again.
Well, Domri's not going to be at 1 the following turn, is the thing. I mean, they're missing the land. That still seems like it was the fine call. I think because they're missing a land, I'm going to go ahead and Vraska kill this. Do I want to Vraska kill? I think I want to Vraska kill this, right? Because they missed a land drop. And, like, if the Zerta hits the Vraska, Oath of Kaya gains me some life here, too. So, like, I'm getting a 1-for-1 and I'm gaining a lot of tempo. Because, like, I'm gaining 3 plus I'm gaining another 2. Trigger. Yeah, because, like, something like this, I can just, like, beat in combat with Tristani, right?
I won't forgive this.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We technically gain more because Domri's not there boosting their thing. Alright, don't Colossus me. Spot removal's kind of bad for me here, too. That's what it is. Oh, you know, was I supposed to just block with everything there, right? That was a mistake. I was supposed to block with everything. Yeah, that was a bunt.
Let's see if you're worth. The wilds are my shield.
Because I was supposed to block with everything because I killed it through Colossus. Yeah. That was a miss. Probably did another Collision Colossus here. You have a Lava Coil. Lava Coil's also pretty bad for me. A fight card. I mean, that's lethal, right? That's technically not lethal. I have no idea why they would do that pre-combat. Because they did it pre-combat, I was able to live. I definitely would not have blocked appropriately if they did that inside of combat. Maybe they just, like, have another one so it doesn't matter. I don't know. I messed up pretty badly by not blocking beforehand, so maybe they'll make a mistake back and we can win, but I assume we're just gonna get burned out here. They're just, like, flexing. If we don't get blown out here, I get to do block, play Sorin, gain some life. Oh, could I have tapped? I could have tapped better to give this Death Touch, right? I don't know. I assume they're flexing. Nope, they're not flexing. Alright, deal. Graphical bug, Jiffish.
No one knows the wilds like I do.
Alright. Well, that's a bit of a Jeff right now, so I don't know that we want to put that into play. So, obviously we'd be in a much better spot if I had tapped better. I can't Sorin and Tolsimir here, which is unfortunate. I think I Midnight Reaper. I think I need to Midnight Reaper. Like, I only have three creatures in play, right? So, like, yeah, tokens don't drain me. This has trample. If they have another giant fat trample thing, we're dead. Yeah, we are on the cusp of Vivien ulting. God, I'd be so far ahead in this game if I had killed their Nullhide and left them with a 3/3. They'd only have one 6/6 in play right now. Yeah, this thing tramples. Don't gult to me, don't gult to me, don't gult to me, don't gult to me. Alright. As far as all the outcomes that could have happened there, that was towards the top. And we're dead to a trick, so like trick me. Ain't nobody got time to play around tricks. If we survive this turn, we win here. We ult the Vivien, we play Sorin, we gain a bunch of life. Midnight doesn't draw off of tokens. For people that were wondering about Midnight in those blocks. Yeah, this game is over. Sweet. My mistake's not gonna cost us. God bless this being a no justice stream.
You're not walking out of here.
All right, so this Tolsimir gains us 11. And then Sorin gains us another 7. So we're gonna gain 18 this turn. Not a bad turn, all things considered. Draw a card, go for it. 5/5 invincible fighty wolves. Do it, yeah! Yay, planeswalkers, yay! This deck great? I think this deck is great. I think this deck might be great. So I punted on bad blocks earlier. My opponent punted on their timing on a Collision Colossus that let me live. So even I am salty with their match. Well, they punted back, remember? Like, they played that sorcery speed Collision Colossus willy-nilly, and then we survived at 1 and got back into it, right? So, like, I punted first, but then they punted back, like sometimes you play soccer instead of Magic. Oh, you know what? I don't have a foil Sorin. This deck's been really good. I should probably reward Sorin by making him foil. But he's been a good little boy so far. He's been a good little boy today. Just wanted to say how well you played that by making their Shaper Sanctuary deck card. Yeah, that's another point. Like, people talk about Shaper Sanctuary a lot. I really don't think that card is good. I'd much rather just have a card that, like, does something. Mona Lee, thank you for the 8-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Seraph's been okay. This is probably a matchup where she comes out, since this is a little tough matchup. When you're sitting there wishing your Mortifies were a deck, what kind of world are we living in? For foil Sorin, please also run this back in the queue for 10 out of 10, Scissor. Thanks for the support, I appreciate it. Oh, I actually don't have Elder Spells in my 75. That's maybe something we want. I don't know. I want to see how this matchup goes. I honestly feel like if I'm worried about this matchup, I'd want to, like, play Ugin instead of play Liliana. The occasion for the collared shirt is my entire family has been sick off and on for the last week, so I don't have any laundry done. I mean, I felt like looking classy for you today, Twitch chat. I felt like looking classy for you today. Appreciate me. Blur, thanks for the 16 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
Strife makes monsters of us all.
One classy boy.
Wait a moment.
You gonna rent a foil elf deck? I have a non-foil. I actually haven't opened the box yet. Because I just was sick the last couple of days. But I have a box upstairs that a sub sent me that they claimed has a modern elf deck in it. So, I'm going to find out this evening. I believe them. They seem trustworthy. So, if they sweep my board here, I, like, get 2 1/1s, and then, like, Sorin brings back Seraph. We're, like, still in an okay spot here, right? Bye, friends. Box opening stream with Jeff. It's upstairs in my bedroom. I mean, Seraph looking pretty okay here against the sweeper deck. Maybe I do want to leave this in. Like, it's bad against Little Tef, but like, it's good against Cleansing Nova, right? It's actually 50,000 live ladybugs. Scale of 1 to dead. What are we working with your opponent? Please just play this and attempt to block. I will mortify you. Doesn't sound that far away. Listen, I am in the basement. My bedroom is up 2 flights of stairs. And that may not sound like a lot to some of you, but I don't know. I am fat and American.
This isn't a fight you can win. I'll protect you.
But pay real money to watch Jeff open a box containing 50k ladybugs on stream. Y'all are monsters. There's not a clip, but if you go, it'll be in the end of the blue-red Wizards video thing. I don't know, all the state of the beta has just been like, yeah, this is good stuff recently. Oh, there's really anything to say other than this is positive. My children are like squarely at the age where I can send them to go fetch me things now though, which is great. Just the best. Yeah, I agree, Marty. That was my first thought too. When I read 30 minutes, I was like, we have 25 minutes on Magic Online, and that application is way slower than this one, and it is way too much time. I definitely was like, this is too much time.
Bathe in ghost fire.
So are you dead? Tell me you're dead. God, Sorin finishing off these planeswalkers after they go to 1 is so good. Seraph was very good this game. Yep. Concur. It doesn't look like it, but there's 4 spirits there. Alright, solidly on the dead side of the scale, got it. Play around Seal Away. Yeah, I technically should give Vigilance there. Seal Away is a card they could play, that's fair. Yeah, I think I'm gonna swap this to Ugin. It's just like, I really just don't like this card in a lot of situations. It's just not impressive. What do I want to cut here? So Mortify seems like an easy cut. Tolsimir seems like an easy cut. Trophy's decent. Knight's okay. Othakaya finishes Planeswalkers off after they downtick, which is nice. Maybe Tristani's a little slow. It's like a 6-mana 2/2. Yeah, Marty, she's just a 6-mana 2/2 so much of the time. This deck's been really good so far today. Maybe I don't want the Knights. I have Vraska and these to shoot their stuff. Alright, this seems okay. I want to keep all my 2-mana creatures in just because they attack well and like pressure their planeswalkers. The Complex Beast, thank you for the 3-month resub. Welcome back. I appreciate you keeping me employed here. Sure. Got all my colors. Let's draw some spells. Famous last words. Let's draw some spells. What is the deck of the day? Probably this one so far. Bant Bow is good again today, but I don't like to tag the same deck as deck of the day 2 days in a row if I can avoid it. She's been good, dude. Light. I'm happy I played her again today. Wow! They boarded in Prison Realm against my Vraska Vivien Assassin's Trophy Mortify deck. Alright, maybe I do want Knight of Autumn. People just like, it is absurd to me how aggressively people board this card in against decks that have infinite ways to remove it. Especially when, like, you, like, take a Planeswalker after it down ticks. You're like, alright, play another Planeswalker, kill that, get my Planeswalker back at full loyalty. That's like, what?
So anything to support my allies.
Speaking of... Bye, Felicia. Hope you enjoyed your scribe. Teo, what's the Teo? Other parents help me out. What's that stupid Cars show where they like? It's like knockoff Transformers where they help people. It's not Super Wings. It's something else. One of the characters' names is Teo. I swear.
Trust me. You know what? I'm not done yet.
Robocar Poli. There we know. I knew that's totally it. Robocar Poli. No, it's not Rescue Heroes. It's Robocar Poli. It's 1000% Robocar Poli. Yeah, I guess they like just wanted O3s because I have a bunch of 2-power guys. I mean, like, this card, like, does encourage me to, like, kind of extend into a sweeper, I guess. I guess. Like, that's the best logic I can muster. I don't think I want to play this out because if they fire up mobilized districts this turn, I want to trophy one of them to protect my Vraska. Oh, there is a kid's bus show called Teo. That's probably what it is. That's probably what it is. Yes, the bus show. You're right. You're right. There is a kid's bus show called Teo. That's 1000% what I'm thinking of. All right, so I think we're going to get him on the 1-2 punch here. I'm going to trophy this district and then double block this district with Tithe Taker plus the token. Masha Bear is actually one of Jacob's favorite shows. I've been through all 3 seasons. Yeah, kids just watch them on repeat, right? It's like what to do. Put it on a loop. Hold on, folks, I'm gonna do it again. Are we just a better Planeswalker deck than they are? I kind of feel like we're just a better Planeswalker deck than they are. It's like my Planeswalkers are like sweeter and like I have creatures that are better. I don't have to play flippin' Flibblethip. Upsides to playing this deck over Blue-Eye Planeswalkers, you don't have to register Fibblethip. Oh no! Oh no, not Dovin! How will we ever win the game now? Leave Dovin to us, chat. You get to register Fibblethip, whatever you need to tell yourself.
Nobody's perfect.
I abhor.
Not even me.
And I'm gonna attack with these because I get to gain life when I do so. So, they have free blocks here, but I gain 4 because of Sorin's text. That is Dovin Hand of Control. It's been like, when I've played the blue-white Planeswalker decks, like, this is a card that, like, I've really walked away and been like, why are we playing this card? It just feels incredibly lackluster every time I do.
When pursuing creativity, defy convention.
Fibblethip is just trying to live his best life.
Serving the people is an important part of my life.
I mean, I know you said anti-storm tech is a joke, but he is actually good against the blue-red Phoenix deck. This actually feels really good. Like, all of the other mid-range and control decks we've played against this blue-white deck have felt really bad. So, like, if this is a mid-range deck that's, like, good in this matchup, that's, like, kind of something I'm into.
The ends justify.
Worth noting, my Vraska is in range of ulting here.
Nobody's
Time for a
even
drink.
me.
Yeah, like, our hand's not even good, but we're just, like, still in a good spot.
These results are an anomaly. Not
Okay,
to
so
be
2
repeated.
things. 1, I definitely missed that they have a district in play. 2, even if this died, I'd get to draw a card, so, like, I think that's a wash. And, like, drawing this means if they have the sweeper, I draw 4 cards. And, like, get to... If they sweep, I draw 4 cards, get 2 tokens, and then still kill them with the Vraska ult the following turn. I think this one's easily the deck of the day for me today. Where is it at? Alright, so as much as I'd love to sit on this one, I've been running over with every deck so far today, so I think I need to keep this one down to an hour-ish, so that way we can get through a couple more decks so the queue doesn't balloon up too much, especially with me taking the weekend off. This felt very reasonable to me. I think my one big takeaway is that Ugin continues to just seem like it's better than Liliana in most situations, so I think I'd slot an Ugin into the sideboard over that one Liliana that I had in there. The rest of this seemed very reasonable. I want to get a little bit more reps with Tolsimir, but gosh, does this card pull us back up into the game against the aggressive decks, which the red aggro matchup can be hard a little bit sometimes, so this is probably a fine. Well, you could argue I'm going to a Magic tournament that one of my sponsors is running, so it's kind of like working. Kinda. It's like work adjacent. I always have foil Sorin. I totally do. He is the only foil I'm missing in the deck. Thank you for the reminder. Good. You're a good boy, Sorin. Look at him. Look at him. He's so excited. His blood is moving. His blood is moving.